video, we will look at predictive AI in healthcare for researchers and administrators. This is part of a sabbatical project in academic year 2024-2025 at Mount San Antonio College by Professor Kim Lalani Wynn. In the past, researchers developed drugs for specific diseases. For example, let's say a pharmaceutical company is developing a drug to treat prostate cancer. Well, that drug then is applied to anyone who has prostate cancer. And as we know, sometimes the success rate is great, but not everyone will respond the same to that drug. Well, now with the advent of predictive AI, and we know that AI can manage and handle and process a huge amount of information, it's no longer the drug for a specific disease, but it's a drug for a specific disease for a specific population. Because we can now drill down to the genetic level, looking at the risk factor in terms of lifestyle, maybe career exposures, many other factors that go into determining the condition of that person. So it's not just prostate cancer, but prostate cancer for young male or an older male of specific ethnicity and specific genetic background with specific lifestyle, So we call this basically designer drugs or personalized medication. In the process of creating new drugs, the last phase will be clinical trials. Here, predictive AI is also helpful in matching the best candidates for the clinical trials. City of Hope in Southern California is currently implementing predictive AI to select the best candidates for their clinical trials for cancer drugs. Let's pivot and look at how predictive AI is being used by hospital administrators. Specifically, let's look at scheduling of the operating room usage. For the hospital, it's best to maximize the time used in the operating room to get as many cases as possible done. But sometimes there are downtime where, maybe you don't have enough staff or you don't have enough supplies or equipment, what have you, and you don't use the room efficiently. So predictive AIs can help with that. Looking at past history, predictive AI can estimate how long specific cases would take and then try to schedule in such a way that the room is used to its best capacity. In addition to scheduling operating room usage, predictive AI can also help with scheduling of staff. For example, looking at history, the AI can determine when the peak hours will be where more staff are needed in the hospital and thus schedule more people to be present to handle the additional volume. And vice versa, predictive AI can predict health forecast when the slower period would be in the hospital and thus schedule less staff and save the administration money. Another application of predictive AI for hospital administrators is to manage their supply inventories. Some supplies in the hospital has expiration date, so certainly to buy too much and not use them would mean wasteful expenses for the hospital. We don't want that. On the other hand, not having enough on hand when it's needed is not good either. So predictive AI is helping the hospital to figure out how much to order, when to order, so that they have enough on hand and not run low.